We're conditioned to think that growth always looks like a viral post, a massive launch, or a loud celebration. But the most profound growth I've experienced is invisible. It felt like pruning. Hello, Beyonders, and welcome back to Beyond Business and Branding with me, Rufaro Natalie. We're going to continue our journey and we're going to remove all the surface level and go deep down in what leadership really looks like. Today, we're going to tackle the truth about the obvious wins, but without the celebration, without the noise.
Rufaro, now in your writing, you mentioned that for a long time, you believe growth would feel incredibly obvious. Paint a picture of what you expected success and progress to look like when you first started out.
Ugh, I'm sure, like any normal person, you expect trumpets. You expect arriving or your milestones to be loud. But in reality, nobody actually cares. Nobody actually rolls out the red carpet that you were dreaming about or tells you, hey, you did a good job. So for me, that was my imagination, my fantasy of what success looked like. But reality is, it's quiet.
The reality is often very different. You have navigated what you call the quiet seasons. What do those seasons actually look and feel like for a founder behind closed doors?
So, what people don't realize is I have moments where I doubt myself, moments where I have sleepless nights, moments where I actually don't want to get up out of bed and do anything. But as a founder, as someone who runs their own business, sometimes you have to be your own motivation. When you don't want to wake up, when you feel that you're tired, you are the voice that you require to move forward. So those moments when I'm feeling down are the moments where I actually feel that I need to do the most.
In practical terms, when the outside world doesn't see the shiny milestones, what does the internal unseen growth actually consist of?
So your internal growth, what is unseen, is you choosing discipline over everything else. I think the habits that you decide to religiously do on a day to day basis are the things that keep you going, the things that remind you of who you are and where you're going.
What do you think this quiet, slow burn type of growth is so rarely celebrated in today's digital, fast paced economy?
I think the problem is with the digital world and access to a global footprint, things are ever changing in a second, in a minute. And so trying to constantly keep up is exhausting. And I think as humans, we need to give ourselves grace. Yes, I want to post every day, I want to post every month, but sometimes it's not possible. So, what grace does, it allows you to be able to track your progress, even if it's not the way you imagined it. So, I think in the digital world, the way we're living it, use grace as your pivot, use grace as the one thing that grounds you.
You recently shared a profound thought that consistency is deeply spiritual. Break that down for us. What do you mean by that?
Uh, Consistency, and I mentioned it before, is discipline. It's choosing to do rituals or not compromising your standards. So, consistently showing up could look different every day. But the fact that you're showing up, the fact that you're doing something that grabs people's attention is what consistency is about, especially in this ever changing landscape in business, in the digital world. You need to be consistent to strategically position yourself.
Now, Rufaro, when it feels like absolutely nothing is shifting, when a founder is putting in the work, but the needle isn't moving, what might actually be happening beneath the surface?
Beneath the surface, you're fighting with yourself, you're fighting with your inner demons, you're questioning yourself. And in those moments when you really are doubting yourself, that is the moment to keep pushing through. Keep pushing through what I like to say growing pains. And with growing pains, really comes a shift in your mindset. It can push you from a spiritual point of view, from a mental point of view. So I definitely think it looks like you are pushing through a storm. But yeah, I think it's really important for founders to consistently remind themselves that it's okay to feel tired. It's okay to have exhaustion and burnout. Take a moment, take a step, and come back even stronger.
Now, that short term comfort can be incredibly tempting when you're exhausted. Now, as someone naturally ambitious and strategic, how do you navigate that? How have you actively trained yourself to be patient?
Ugh, you know, even in the years that I've been growing personally and spiritually, I think being comfortable is the easiest way out. And whenever I feel that I'm becoming comfortable, that is my cue to pivot. That is my cue that tells me, hey, you need to keep growing. I think when comfortability comes, it means that you're no longer growing. And for me, lack of growth is very uncomfortable. So I would rather choose to move forward, to keep pushing myself and my limits because I know I am capable. And I know that you as a viewer are capable. So the moment when you feel that you're too comfortable and you can do something easily, know it's time to pivot.
You've equated some stages to growth to pruning. That sounds painful. What does pruning look like in your business or personal life?
So let me use an analogy. Pruning is like being a rose. It looks pretty to look at, but if you get too close to it, it will prick you. It will hurt you. But does that take away the beauty? Of course not. So that's the reality of being a founder, of being an entrepreneur. It looks beautiful to everyone from the outside. But if they come closer and if they attempt to grab you, they might get pricked because it's actually a gruesome and painful process. The difference is, as entrepreneurs, we like to show the end product. We like to show the rose that has blossomed. So it's an experience that you cannot describe, and it's a personal experience. My experience is never going to be yours, but I cannot take away the experience that you share, and nor can you take away mine. So be that rose, but know that pruning out the thorns will kill the rose.
Now, to wrap up this thought, if there's someone listening who is in the trenches, building quietly right now, or feeling completely unseen, what would you leave them with today?
A simple thing we know: Rome was not built in a day. Yes, growth might look faster for someone else, slower for you, but focus on your journey. Your vision might be even greater than your idea. So keep pushing. Keep putting yourself out there and don't stop. Beyond this, sometimes the deepest roots are formed in the most quietest season. Trust your consistency. If today's episode brought you some clarity and peace, please share it with another Beyonder who might be building inside us right now. Connect with us on LinkedIn and let me know some of your biggest takeaways from today. Until next time, keep building.